So the first point we're going to talk about today is, let me see what am I doing wrong here? There we go. All right, I'm just advertising my little new ebook and hardcover right here. So Dong's Points, 565 pages of Dong's Points with color photographs. Go to the website. We'll give you a great discount price, $50 off the book at the end of the class today. Just setting you up for that. Okay, return to the nest is an amazing point. We do it on one side only. It can be done either on the right or the left. It doesn't matter which side necessarily. Partly I do it in my clinic, I do it on the right because I'm most frequently using it with the gyne points and also wood anger. Wood anger points need to be on the left index finger. And they go better with the gynecological points, 1124 right here, which leaves return to the nest on the right. But what I want you to know is that you can mix it up. You know, you can use the return to the nest on the left with gyne on the right and switch those up. If you're seeing someone frequently or if there's an acupuncturist in the house that's needling them, they can be needled every single day or 3 times a week is great. If they can come into your office 3 times a week, that's wonderful. If they can get needled at home, that's even better. Because these points, you can put them in and watch a movie. I was very kind of stubborn. Well, I probably still am. But anyway, I used to put return to the nest in and tape my little finger down so that I could vacuum the house and do other things while I had this, you know, instead of sitting down and relaxing. So I would tell the patient not to do that. But, you know, they can watch a movie in the evening with their needles in and return to the nest with the gynecological points, which we're going to talk about next, are as powerful as any other treatment you could ever hope for. They're as powerful as anything in the 12 meridian system or the 8 extras. They are extraordinary points. We'll go through point location with these, and then we'll look at the indications, and then we'll watch a little movie. Okay, so here's a drawing that's just illustrating the fact that, let me grab my arrow, that return to the nest is just palmar to the red and white skin. So this little crosshatch is the red and white skin. It's halfway between the knuckles or halfway between the creases on the middle phalange of the ring finger. So you want to, if you needle right on the red and white skin, you're going to hit bone right away, no matter what bone you're on. Any bone in the body, the red and white skin, what delineates the front from the back. So when I say red and white, clearly what I'm talking about, or maybe not, but it should be, is just the relatively pink or red and the relatively white skin. So depending on skin tone, everybody has kind of 2 colors between the front and the back. So that line of delineation between front and back is almost always right on top of the bone. So if you were to needle return to the nest right on the red and white skin, you'd hit bone within a millimeter. And that's not then we won't accomplish we won't open a fallopian tube like that. So what we want to do is slide that little 1/2-inch needle. I'm using a 15 by 16 millimeter needle, and or a 16 by 15 millimeter, and I'm going to slide the shaft right underneath the palmar surface of the bone there. I want to get that needle between the tendon and the bone. So this picture is just showing you where that is. And the next picture is going to show you the bone. Okay, So this is the bone. This line is the tendon. We want that point of insertion to be right underneath the bone. The red and white skin is going to be right on top of the bone. Okay, so I'm hoping everybody is getting the idea. If you put this needle in too palmar, you're going to peg the tendon. And the more palmar you get, the more nerve endings and blood vessels you're going to find. So getting this right beneath the bone is actually going to be the most comfortable, but it's also the most effective. we want to be able to put this needle in and really stimulate, strong stimulation on that point. That's going to open a fallopian tube. That's going to regulate the ovaries, right? If you just put a needle barely in and it kind of flops over, or you peg the tendon and you can't really use it, you can't expect it to work. So I will show you what I call a curving needle technique on this point. And I'll give you a little introduction to that right now. If this was our needle, we need to insert the tip in order to give us something to push against. We just put the tiniest little insertion, less than a millimeter, just through the surface, just through the skin. And then we want to hold the handle it doesn't have to be a 90 degrees, even if 45 is fine. We just want to hold the handle up a little bit to introduce a curve into that needle that wraps the needle around the bone. We don't want to poke the bone. We want to go right under. We want the shaft to come in contact with the bone. And in order to do that, we hold the handle up and curve it around. So I am going to show you a really good movie that's an example of that.